Upon receiving this assignment, I was at a loss for what aspect of my personality I should speak on. I could tell you of a struggle or passion that I had when I was young, or about my mixed ethnic background or orientation. I suppose that could have been interesting. I put much thought into how I could best present myself in a way that would give you all the best insight into who I am as a person. I finally decided to speak not of how I was born or how I became who I am today, but of something that impacts my life in every aspect and shapes who I am as a person. Hello, my name is Adalia Schenk, and I have a selfish love of thought. Of course, saying that on its own is virtually meaningless. More specifically, I should say that I have a love for inward thought and self-analysis. I'm constantly questioning myself, why I like certain things, why I make the decisions that I do, and in terms of my own goals and aspirations, if I can make better choices. I try very hard to make decisions that will remain positive in the long term. I found that in my life, sometimes you make a decision for a certain circumstance, but later on that decision becomes sour and you're left with guilt and remorse. In my thought process, I also try to find the root of issues. And so I try to find the root of issues so that I can better understand not only what's going on around me, but so that I can understand where I stand in a situation and make the best possible decision. Because I believe that one should make their decisions based on themselves rather than any other factor, as obnoxious as that sounds. Well, now that I've made you all listen to my boring drivel about my thought processes, I'll give you an example as to how my way of thinking has impacted my life personally. So, in the standard introductory manner, I will give you some insight into how I chose my major. I can't relate to most of you have a certain ambition or goal in life from the beginning of their life. I can't relate to that. And so, for me, in my mind, I believe that all fields of study, whether it be arts, languages, or sciences, have the same academic merit. And so I had considered everything from medical sciences to English, and whenever I pictured myself in these careers, I always found myself very dissatisfied. And so I had to think back and ask myself what I was really looking for in a career. I came to the conclusion that I wanted to find something that stimulated both the analytical and artistic aspects of my personality. And so then, through a sort of unfortunate circumstance with a teacher, I discovered the world of physics. I realized that an understanding of the subject required both the need to rationalize on paper and a talent for visualizing things creatively. And so I decided to go into this field. On a smaller scale, my need for self-analysis and introverted thought comes through in many aspects of my personality. For example, upon meeting me, most people think that I'm very extroverted, and they would seemingly be right. Whenever I interact every day, I am very charismatic, well, typically, sometimes I'm pretty rude. And I'm very lighthearted and easygoing. But truthfully, I feel more introverted, and I get more energy out of being alone, and I do solve problems better when I'm working by myself rather than in a group setting. Another way that this represents in my personality is that I'm very passionate, because I try to fully understand why I enjoy the things that I do, and I'm able to immerse myself in what I do and work wholeheartedly, as opposed to turning out something that I put little to no effort into. And so my needs for inward contemplation has affected me greatly throughout my life. And I think understanding that is the first key to understanding me as a person. And so from major life decisions to everyday actions, I can be summed up simply with this: a brand of narcissistic thought.